This afternoon, Donald Trump responded to the recording you heard first on CNN. The former president discussing having secret documents that he did not declassify. Trump continues to insist that he, quote, did nothing wrong, as CNN's Paula Reed reports.
For the first time, the public is hearing former President Trump, in his own words, claiming to have secret documents months after leaving the White House.
I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look.
CNN exclusively obtained the bombshell recording of Trump seemingly rustling through papers and showing off a secret military document during an interview at his New Jersey golf club in the summer of 2021. His own staffers recording the conversation at his request, and still, he tells the room,
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified.
Now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Trump giving Fox News this explanation Tuesday.
What did I say wrong in those recordings? I didn't even see the recording. All I know is I did nothing wrong. We had a lot of papers stacked up.
In the recording, Trump refers to a classified proposed military attack plan against Iran.
These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me.
That line, these are the papers, coming to light for the first time.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Special counsel Jack Smith, who is prosecuting Trump in the classified documents and obstruction case, cited the tape in his indictment, but left out that key line and the section where Trump mocks former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server.
Look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time,
or she'd send it to Anthony Weiner.
The tone throughout is casual, even jovial, when talking about national defense secrets, something that may not play well before a jury.
Isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, Mm-hmm. Except it is like highly confidential.
The tape ending with Trump ordering some sodas.
Now you believe me?
No, I believe
it's incredible, right?
No,
hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
The Trump campaign says the audio tape provides context, proving, once again, President Trump did nothing wrong at all.
Trump's close aide and co-defendant in this case, Walt Nauta, was expected to be arraigned in Miami federal court today, but he didn't make it to the courthouse due to flight delays. His hearing has been rescheduled for next week, but Bianna, he still needs to find a Florida-based attorney. We know he wasn't the only one experiencing flight delays in the country today. Paula Reed, thank you. I want to bring in CNN political director David Chalian and former federal prosecutor Ellie Honig. Good to see you both. So, Ellie, if you were hypothetically trying this case as a prosecutor, how much emphasis would you put on this tape?
This would be the centerpiece of my case, Bianna. If I had to address a jury tomorrow and give an opening, I might start with these words. This is secret information. Look at this. And the beauty of it is, in those 7 words, that tells the jury everything they need to know. And the best part of it is that's not even my words as a hypothetical prosecutor. Those are Donald Trump's words, and the jury's going to hear them on tape coming out of Donald Trump's mouth because it tells you all you need to know. He knew he had those documents. He knew the information was sensitive, and he showed it to other people. So to me, this is the best evidence a prosecution can hope for. And if I was building a case, I would build it around this recording.
And it is notable that these recordings, according to Paula's reporting, came at his own request. So, David, we heard Trump and his allies claiming that this tape somehow exonerates Trump. Do you think there's anything at this point, any specific piece of evidence, any alleged crime that could change that narrative for Trump supporters?
Well, I do think we've seen some signs of concern among Republicans broadly about Donald Trump's continued baggage, right? I mean, I don't know what they're talking about, how this exonerates him. I don't see any ability here for this piece of evidence to be exculpatory in some way. But we do know that when you look at the Republican primary voter universe largely, Bianna, the party's roughly split in terms of thinking Donald Trump would be its best foot forward to win the 2024 election. Half the party thinks somebody not named Donald Trump would be the best foot forward for the party to win in 2024. I do think what is important here, of course, is that we have to hold two things can be true at the same time. This can be brazen, reckless, even potentially criminal on Donald Trump's behalf in terms of what he did with the state security secrets here. And yet, it may not be dispositive for Republican primary voters.
And Ellie, we heard a bit there from Paula at the end that Trump's aide Walt Nauta was supposed to be in court today. He missed his appearance because of flight delays, but he also doesn't have local representation yet. How important is it, do you think, for prosecutors to see if he could possibly flip against Trump?
Well, first of all, can we get this guy arraigned already? This is now twice we've tried. This is the most basic starting line procedure. They've tried twice. And the first time, Nauta didn't have the right lawyer. This time, a lot of people got caught up in flight delays, but he knew about this date for many, many days counting already. He will presumably at some point appear in court and be arraigned. If I'm DOJ, I'm trying to flip Nauta. Apparently, they already have. But I don't think I need him, right? Usually the decision whether to flip is based on loyalty. And if you look at the case here, Nauta has been by Trump's side throughout it all. His lawyer's being paid for by a Trump-affiliated entity, and he's not flipped so far. So the thing is, if I'm DOJ here, looking at the indictment, looking at the evidence, including the recording we just talked about, I don't need him. I have his texts, I have the tapes, and you can build a plenty powerful case without a cooperating witness. I think DOJ has that ability now.
So the legal case, we know, David, it appears to be quite damning. There is a lot of evidence. But we also know that Republican voters, they weren't fazed much following the New York indictment over hush money payments. Some suggested that this could be a bigger deal. Do you have any sense of how much they actually care about this issue at all over classified documents?
I mean, we do know that overall the public does see politics playing a role in this case, and we see that overwhelmingly among Republicans. But I think as time goes on here, we will start getting our answers as the nomination season plays out in conjunction with the court calendar.
All right, David, Ellie, thank you so much as always. Great to